Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Whitechapel Gallery. My name is Sofia Victorino. I'm the Daskalopoulos Head of Education and Public Programs here at the Gallery. And it is my huge pleasure to be introducing today's event to celebrate and to mark the culmination of a year-long collaboration with the Barjeel Art Foundation Collection. This has been an extraordinary journey with Sultan Qassemi and Omar Kholeif. And I hope this day will mirror the richness of the exchanges that have unfolded over the past year. Omar, as I'm sure you all know, is the curator of the 4 exhibitions that have developed over the past year at the Whitechapel Gallery. He's currently Manilow Senior Curator at the MCA Chicago. And as I said, this is really signaling the coming to an end and the culmination of a much wider debate on art practice and visual culture in the Middle East. And within this program that has run parallel to the show, we had the pleasure to have wonderful conversations with many different artists, curators, and writers, such as Kamal Bulata, Jumana Mana, Michael Rakovics, Zineb Zedida, whom I believe might be here today, and Rasha Salti, Edward McDonald-Toon, whom I've seen as well, and who contributes to the wonderful catalogue. So we will begin this morning's session with Omar Kholeif, and this will be a way of unpacking the thematics and curatorial framework of this 4-part exhibition. Omar will start by discussing the notion of Arabness and Arab art, considering its diasporic and multiple identities. And some of the questions that his presentation will touch upon are how to map art through an expanded concept of territory. What are the possibilities of thinking beyond geography towards multiple and new forms of representation? And he might expand into other territories as well. Then his presentation will be followed by Dina Ramadan. She's professor of Arabic at Bard College, and she will examine the role of the School of Fine Arts in Cairo and the context of educational practices of the late colonial period in the production of artistic subjectivity. You have the extended abstracts and bios, so we will save some time by going straight into each talk. Then Anna Feldman, who's professor at Northwestern University. She will look into the work of contemporary artists in the 2 final chapters of the Barjeel exhibitions, and the 2 final sections and chapters of the show were titled Mapping the Contemporary 1 and 2. And Hannah will interrogate how art performs its own historiography. After a short lunch break, we will be delighted to welcome in the afternoon Sultan Qassemi, the founder of the Barjeel Art Foundation. He will be in conversation with collector Ramzi Dalloul, and the idea will be that they will discuss the extraordinary expansiveness of his collection of Arab art. And then Iftikhar Dadi, who's associate professor at Cornell, he will discuss the historical and cultural connections between the Arab world and South Asia. And to bring the day to a closure, writer and art critic Kaelen Wilson-Goldie will reflect on archival practices by contemporary artists in the Middle East, followed by curator Reem Fadda on her experience of curating the last Marrakesh Biennale. There will be plenty of time for discussions. We will have debates following each of the presentations. I would just like to reiterate a huge thanks to all speakers, because they have all traveled from quite far to be here with us today. But of course, a very, very special and warm thanks to Sultan Qassemi and to the Barjeel Art Foundation staff, Karim, Mandy, and all the other colleagues there who have been amazing in organizing with us this event today. But I'd also like to say thanks to my colleague Candice Stobbs, who has worked with Omar in the show of Barjeel Collection, and my colleague Antonia Blocker for all the support in today's event. Omar, I'll now end here, and I'll hand over to you. Please join me in welcoming Omar Kholeif.